I was 29 when I was diagnosed.
I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in 1989.
I have the indolent follicular non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
My father was diagnosed with mantle cell lymphoma in 2005.
SLL, CLL.
Cutaneous T-cell lymphoma.
I'm a cancer survivor of 12 years.
I'm 78. I hope to live many more years.
My advice to a newly diagnosed patient is to take heart and to have great optimism. It so happens that now we can cure many of the lymphoma patients, and even for those patients that we can't cure, there is the great possibility that they will live a long and fruitful life.
LRF is a grassroots organization, and it's manned by volunteers.
I immediately go out and start looking on the web, and I did find the LRF website. And I picked up the 800 number. The person that I spoke to made me feel very much at ease. They gave me the information that I needed to locate the local chapter president, and also sent me information in the mail, and it just helped me feel really good that I'm connected to someone.
I was at a loss to know where to go for support, and when I found the Lymphoma Research Foundation website, it was as if somebody gave me a life raft.
The Lymphoma Foundation can be so much more helpful in getting your knowledge increased with your diagnosis.
Joining the chapter, I was able to learn through the websites, individual experiences, workshops, seminars, the overall services that are around the country.
One of the best things that I got out of Lymphoma Research Foundation was before I went through my stem cell transplant, I was set up with a buddy to discuss someone who had already gone through the transplant, so I could ask questions of somebody who had really been through it and find out what I would expect during my transplant. And I found that an extremely useful thing to do.
The quality of the publications is really top-notch, and patients are so often bombarded with information from a million different sources of greatly varying quality that it's very important to be sure that the information you're getting is up-to-date and is accurate. The LRF publications can really be relied upon to give you the most current information available.
So the Lymphoma Research Foundation is very helpful in formulating patient education workshops around the country in several different locations throughout the year to help patients get support from other patients who've had the disease, and also to hear just really upcoming and cutting-edge information about their type of lymphoma specifically. I think the breakout sessions for specific types of lymphomas are very helpful to patients, and they can really have interactions on a one-to-one basis with the physicians who treat lymphoma specifically, so they can get information about clinical trials and about what's new in lymphoma, and also support from other patients who have the same type of lymphoma as well.
The breakout sessions that they have with people being able to connect with people who have the same cancer diagnosis, not just non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but the same exact type, the B-cell follicular, the mantle cell, the T-cell, whatever. Those people who can come together and share their experiences and learn from each other and support each other, that we are given time during this forum is a perfect place to do all of that and enjoy it.
We went to one of the first forums that the Lymphoma Research Foundation put on, and we were amazed at how knowledgeable the patients were. The doctors were wonderful. They were clear and understanding.
I would tell you to come to a conference like this, because really you get the big picture and you get a lot of options, and you need a lot of information because there's so much to know and learn.
Having all of the experts in one room to give their knowledge and to answer your questions was very helpful.
The Lymphoma Research Foundation is right in the forefront there of fueling this kind of knowledge and this kind of advances.
I think there's a tremendous reason for optimism for patients with lymphoma. Obviously there are different scenarios that different patients face, but I think certainly my hope and my intent in the work that we're doing with our trials is to really aim for patients, even if they have an incurable lymphoma, to be able to live a long, happy, full, and healthy life, controlling the disease and hopefully dying in their elderly years, not from the lymphoma, but with the lymphoma. And I think that's a very achievable goal.
Be encouraged. Lean on the LRF, look for resources, educate yourself.
LRF provides a whole host of vehicles, conferences, information, website, videos, calls. Just a comforting thing to be able to go to them, to talk to people that know what they're talking about, that can refer you to different organizations or different people.
I think if you look at many forms of lymphoma, from mantle cell to T cell to even multiple myeloma, the advances made over a relatively short period of time in the last 5 or 10 years have been spectacular. And there's no reason to believe that that's going to plateau anytime soon. And I think that all of this information is going to continue to build new platforms, new opportunities, and exciting new opportunities for patients' treatment.
Things are moving along from a therapeutic perspective and scientific perspective at a quantum level. So my message would be, just hang in there. I mean, the pace of things is such that your future will be changed by what's happening now in the labs and in the clinical research arena.
Having access to the Lymphoma Research Foundation means that I have access to some of the most up-to-date, cutting-edge information on my type of lymphoma as well as other types of lymphoma.
It's a focal point for anybody that needs information about their disease and where to go.
A group like the LRF performs a valuable service just in bringing together fellow lymphoma patients, and of course the opportunity to actually hear from prominent medical experts is just invaluable.